So I'm going to be talking about some books I've read recently because why not? Nothing better to do with my life except for read books and talk about books. Um, yeah, okay. Let's start with the book which I just finished reading yesterday actually, and this is called Banding Secret by Stephan Zweig. That's how I presume you say his name because from what I believe, from what I know, he's German. There he is. This book I actually picked up in one of my favourite bookshops called Archive Bookstore. It's in Marylebone in London, and I love it in there. It's full of classics and it's just adorable. I love the space so much. And I've never heard of this, but I saw it and I picked it up because the cover design looked really interesting, and I read the inside flap and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good 4-star book. It was about this man who is seeking to seduce or just entertain himself by going after a woman, and this woman who's there, she has a 12-year-old boy, and things just ensue. No spoilers. It's really interesting. It's not as dark as what I expected because I thought it was going to be dark. It's not. It's a nice little book. It's very light actually. It has some really beautiful writing, especially at the start, which I really appreciate. And so yeah, I really recommend this novel. It's very short. It's only like 120 pages. So that was nice. And then, okay, let's talk about this. We Shall Be Feminists by chimamanda ngozi Adichie. Sorry for that terrible pronunciation. I really don't know how to. There she is. She's gorgeous, isn't she? I think she's so gorgeous. Okay. This book was, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It's very short, I believe, as you can see. Sorry. There's gonna be no editing in this because I want it to be raw, and I realise I make a lot of mistakes when I talk, so I was going to say that I believe this is taken from one of her TED Talks, and the font is really large and the book is quite small, so it's a really quick read. I think it's only like 50 pages. Yeah. It was very good. I don't read a lot of feminist literature because of reasons which I don't want to get into right now, but this is definitely something which I thoroughly enjoy. This is like just a good 5-star read. I mean, there's nothing to fault about this book. It was great. I couldn't improve it really. Maybe if it was longer. I wanted more of her writing. I really need to read more of her work. I loved it. Really, really loved it. 5 stars, just read it. Like, that's all I can say. And then we have a book. I picked this up in Korea, and this is called I Have the Right to Destroy Myself by Young Ha Kim. Sorry for that pronunciation again. I'm sorry, I'm white, I can't do anything. So that was fun. That was a parcel delivery with the most ominous knock I've ever had in my life. It's nice. Anyways, this book. So yeah, I picked this up in Korea because it's by a Korean author. There you go. And I wanted a Korean author's book whilst I was in Korea, obviously. And I read this, and I was surprised by the ratings on Goodreads. I think it has like 3.32, which I feel like that's awfully low. To me, this was a 5-star book, but I gave it 4 stars because I don't know. It's a 5-star book for me. It was a 5-star read. I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of it. Honestly, people are saying that it was gruesome. I don't find it overly gruesome. I've definitely read more gruesome things in literature. I found that I get what people are saying about there being just, it was just like, it was a bit repetitive, but I honestly found the writer's writing really quite beautiful in some parts of it. I really enjoyed this book. It's very short. This novel, it's very hit or miss. You either love it or you hate it. It's just one of those novels, and I feel like if you do love this type of thing, then you're just gonna adore it, but if you don't, then you're just gonna hate it. It's like, it's pickles. You love them or you hate them. I hate fucking pickles, oh my god. But yeah, this book was great. I can totally see why people hated it or just didn't like it. But I did. It's a bit pretentious, but I guess that's why I loved Jeez. Then we have Still Alice by Lisa Genova. It was made into a movie a couple years ago, I believe. I went onto this expecting really, really nothing at all. I bought this book years ago and I only read it recently because, I don't know, it's not that thick. It's only like, what, 300 and something pages? Yeah. This was honestly amazing. This book, I think I gave it 4 stars, but I can honestly see why people gave it 5 stars. This book, it's just, you think about this for so long after you've read it, and you can't pinpoint what it is that makes this book just so amazing, but there's something there. You found out that there's this woman who has Alzheimer's, and she's living with it, and you see how it develops and how it affects her life. And from that, when I heard about that being the synopsis of the book, I thought, oh well, it's just another book about Alzheimer's, like how good can it be? And then I read it and I was blown away. Because honestly, this was something else. This book, it gives you the most vivid insight I've ever read. The most vivid insight of someone living with Alzheimer's, and I think this is a book which everyone should read. The fact that the woman has Alzheimer's, it's not really a spoiler because you find it on pretty early on. But yeah, it's read this. Just read it, honestly. Pick up Still Alice. Like, it doesn't matter what type of genre you tend to go to, just pick up Still Alice and I can almost guarantee that you will thoroughly enjoy it. It has so many 5-star ratings and I totally agree. And the next book is something also, I finished this a couple of days ago actually, and it's The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I have this beautiful edition, look at it. It's embossed, Margaret Atwood and The Handmaid's Tale. I believe this is in the Penguin Vintage edition, although I'm not certain. Yeah, vintage. The spine looks like that. And then the book itself, it also is red, and I don't know if you can tell, no you can't, but it's like embossed, that silhouette of the handmaid. Oh, and it has this quote on the back. If you've read the book, then you know what that means. Also, beautiful end pages. This book is just, it's a beautiful book, but also as a novel, oh my god, this was fantastic. This was fantastic. I sat there not being able to put it down. I was like, Margaret Atwood, what are you doing to me? And that ending, oh my god, that ending, oh, I wanted more, but oh, it ended. This is essentially a dystopia about this society whereby the main purpose of women is to breed, and these handmaids, they're the ones which are made for the breeding purposes. And you follow the story of, I think her name's Offred, I don't remember. Too many O names, it got mixed up in my head. But it's simple to follow. It's just I forgot the narrator's name because you don't hear it that often, I don't think. Her story is really, really intriguing to this. At some points it's a bit almost unbelievable, but then it's a dystopia, so you kind of have to buy into it. That's what makes it just so amazing. It's like, wow, this is intense, and I really don't want to give anything away apart from just saying that you should read it, which is what I've been saying for like all these books because they've all been amazing. I've just been reading some really amazing books recently. I can't help it. They've been amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed them. So here's my little stack of books which I read recently. Don't they look great? Out of all of them, just read all of them. I love them. I've been having an amazing reading time recently. I've been getting really back into it. I kind of took a break because of exams and stuff and just reading slump. I had like a year reading slump where I just didn't read at all. And I've gotten back into it and I'm loving it again. I've rekindled my love for literature, which that's a great thing to do. So yeah, happy reading everyone, and don't know how to end this. This is so awkward. Happy reading!